to the SonoGuard system. This video will show you how to apply this highly effective waterproofing and traffic wearing system to concrete decks. SonoGuard is manufactured by Sonoborn, a division of Chemrex Incorporated, whose chemical systems provide single-source responsibility to the commercial construction market. The SonoGuard system consists of a primer, a flexible aromatic polyurethane base coat, and a highly durable UV-resistant aliphatic polyurethane top coat, into which a skid-resistant aggregate is broadcast. The resulting system protects against sun, wind, rain, and both pedestrian and vehicular traffic. Properly applied, it can substantially lengthen the life of many types of structures. To show the application of SonoGuard, first, we need to look at some of the tools needed for a typical job. Next, we will go through the application procedures step by step. In this section, we will cover tools, safety equipment, and helpful hints. Investing in high-quality equipment is critical. The right equipment saves time on the job site and leads to a significant reduction in labor costs. Here are a number of important items you will need. A bead blast is necessary to both clean and profile the concrete. Use a router, crack chaser, or similar equipment to properly detail moving cracks. Concrete repair tools like trowels and floats will be needed to patch and repair damaged concrete. Caulking guns must be used to apply sealants for cant beads, joints, keyways, and crack details. Proper squeegees. As a general rule, use wider rather than narrower squeegees. The larger squeegees cover more area at a time, but still are not awkward. For the SonoGuard base coats and top coats, use a notched squeegee that will produce the correct wet mill thickness. Use a flat squeegee to apply the finish coat in the aggregate to refusal method. Line striping rollers. For pre-striping and edge details, use a 3 to 4 inch wide line stripe roller with a medium to heavy nap roller cover. Pre-striping with a line stripe roller is generally much faster than using a paintbrush, and it allows for a more consistent application. When a line stripe roller is attached to a long handle, it can eliminate bending over, which, over time, can reduce a worker's productivity. Use 18-inch frame rollers with a 3/8 inch roller cover for priming and back rolling. Always use solvent-resistant, high-quality roller covers. Using the wider rollers will save hours compared to more narrow, conventional rollers. Always keep plenty of roller covers handy. If it takes a crew 15 minutes to clean several roller covers or brushes, it becomes more cost-effective to buy large supplies and properly dispose of the used covers. Reducer 990 can be used to clean up reusable equipment. It is also much easier to clean up equipment with a high-quality xylene like Reducer 990 rather than conduct a major cleanup after the material has cured. Rags must not contain unstable dyes. They are essential for collecting spills as well as for general cleanup. Gloves. Sore, blistered hands can hurt productivity. Also, SonoGuard takes time to remove from the hands, which can slow down the application. Make sure to use additional safety equipment that is appropriate for conditions at the job site. The following items are not mandatory, but will help make your application easier. Use caution tape to keep pedestrians and cars from entering the job site. Use paintbrushes for cutting in perimeters and for special details. Solvent-resistant roller pans. Use these for speed and efficiency when applying the primer. Be sure to use a pan large enough to accommodate at least an 18-inch wide roller. A quantity drill and mixing paddle will allow you to mix the SonoGuard components faster and more thoroughly. A wheelbarrow or dolly. A lot of time can be wasted relocating materials one bag or bucket at a time. Golf spikes. Walking forward into the wet material with golf spikes is much faster and more efficient than staying outside and reaching into the wet material, which you must do when wearing ordinary shoes. Plain shoes will also mar the surface as the material begins to cure. Garbage bags and duct tape. These can be used to store wet rollers during breaks. Moisture-curing polyurethanes like Sonogard will not cure as rapidly when shut off from air. Keep large garbage cans on hand for easy disposal, and use a tarp when mixing material. Keep a number of 5-gallon buckets handy and partially filled with sand so you don't run out when broadcasting the sand. Use a takeoff measure to quickly measure off grids that will help ensure that the proper quantity of Sonogard is applied. Use a screwdriver that readily fits into the slots on the bucket rim. Struggling with buckets can waste considerable time. Once you have all of the equipment assembled and on site, you can begin your Sonogard application. Although Sonogard can be applied over both plywood and concrete, this video will focus on concrete, the most common application. The application of Sonogard breaks down into 4 basic steps: surface preparation, base coat application, mid-coat application with the aggregate, and the finish coat. Before any coating system can be applied, the concrete must be thoroughly prepared. Surface preparation is perhaps the most critical factor in the success of an installation. The first step is to mechanically abrade the concrete. Bead blasting is common and perhaps the best method available. Mechanical profiling serves 2 purposes. First, it profiles the concrete to maximize the mechanical bond of the coating. Second, it simultaneously removes dirt, petroleum products, curing compounds, old paints, and any other contaminants present. Regardless of the mechanical means used, the concrete must be clean, dry, stable, and profiled before application can proceed. At a minimum, the profile should resemble 100 grit sandpaper or a little rougher. Time any concrete repairs well in advance to give them adequate time to dry. They may even need to be done ahead of bead blasting, depending on the materials used. Sonneborn has a wide variety of patching compounds to fill voids and replace unstable concrete. Any dynamic or moving cracks must be routed out to a minimum of 1/4 by 1/4. This essentially creates a small expansion joint. Use backer rod in expansion joints. Use bond breaker tape in joints too shallow for backer rod. Use primer 733 or 766 in VOC regulated areas to maximize the adhesion of the sealant to the joint faces. Seal the joints with Sonneborn SL1, SL2, or ultra polyurethane sealants. Allow the sealant to cure before priming the deck. Any 90-degree angles are stress points that require the extra protection of a cant bead. Use Sonneborn's Ultra, NP1, NP2, or SL2 slope grade sealants. Common sites for cant beads are around vents, drain pipes, column-to-deck junctions, and wall-to-deck junctions. Prepare all exposed metal to a bright, shiny surface. Prime all metal with primer 733, or in VOC regulated areas, primer 766. In certain situations, a rust-inhibited primer may be needed. Allow primer to dry roughly 1/2 hour. Non-moving or static cracks that are not routed out must be pre-striped with Sonogard base coat. Before pre-striping, the concrete must be tested for moisture content and primed with primer 772, or in VOC regulated areas, primer 770. Primer 770 is a 2-component primer that must be mixed before using. Always mix complete units. For the pre-striping, Use a line stripe roller with a 3/8" nap to apply 25 mils of Sonogard base coat over the static cracks. The crack should be centered in the striping. As you apply the pre-striping, periodically measure the mill thickness with a wet mill gauge. The pre-striping must cure until firm before the base coat can be applied over the entire surface. If it is fluid, the pre-striping will blend with the base coat and render the pre-striping totally ineffective. Surface preparations are complete when the pre-striping is firm. Now, any areas that were not primed during pre-striping can be finished. Make certain you do not cover the pre-striping with the primer. For large areas, use an 18-inch frame roller with a 3/8" nap roller cover. Apply the primer at approximately 200 to 250 square feet per gallon. The actual application rate will depend on the porosity and the profile of the concrete. Work out of a roller pan. Resist the temptation to dump the primer onto the concrete and roll it out. This enables the concrete to absorb too much primer. It also increases costs and adds to drying time because the additional primer trapped in the concrete needs extra time to dry. Allow the primer to dry tack-free. Tack-free time will be roughly 1/2 hour, depending on atmospheric conditions, the type of primer used, and the degree of absorption into the concrete. Now is the time to put on your golf shoes. Tape your pant legs to keep them from dragging in the material, and apply the base coat at 25 wet mils thick. One way to ensure the correct mill thickness is to divide the job site into areas of 300 square feet. Given the proper concrete profile, one 5-gallon pail of Sonogard base coat will cover an area of this size at approximately 25 wet mils. If the deck is 60 feet wide, then 5-gallon pails, each placed 5 feet apart, will mark off each 300 square foot area. Be certain to use the proper technique for squeegeeing. Allow the base coat to cure overnight. So far, the Sonogard application has been the same regardless of the type of traffic the deck will receive. A deck subjected to heavier traffic, however, requires a different approach than one subjected to light or medium traffic. There are two application options for lighter duty traffic. Option 1 is the pedestrian system. In the pedestrian system, Sonogard top coat is applied as the finish coat directly over the base coat. The finish coat is applied the following day in the same manner as the base coat, but at the rate of 80 square feet per gallon or 20 wet mils thick. There is no mid-coat in this option. Backroll the material to create an evenly level surface. Next, broadcast aggregate into the top coat at the rate of 10 to 25 pounds per 100 square feet and immediately backroll. Wait 48 hours before allowing foot traffic onto the deck. The light to medium duty system is identical to the pedestrian system, except that the top coat is applied at 60 square feet per gallon instead of 80 square feet. For heavy-duty application, there are three options. We'll call option 1 the aggregate to refusal method. First, allow the base coat to cure overnight. The next day, use Sonogard top coat for the mid-coat application at 20 wet mils thick. Backroll the material to create an evenly level surface. Modify your grid system to use 1 gallon of top coat per 80 square feet of the parking deck. Now, one 5-gallon bucket of top coat will cover approximately 400 square feet. For slip resistance, broadcast 1630 or 1830 silica sand into the midcoat to the point of refusal. Allow the midcoat to cure overnight. Then remove all the excess aggregate, which can be saved and reused as long as it is clean and dry. Use a flat squeegee to apply Sonogard top coat over the midcoat, again at 80 square feet per gallon. Backroll immediately to level the material. We'll call option 2 the backroll aggregate method. For the midcoat, apply top coat at 80 square feet per gallon just as we did for the previous option. With this method, however, apply only 10 to 25 pounds of aggregate per 100 square feet and backroll it into the coating. Allow it to cure overnight. The final coat is applied in the same manner, at 80 square feet per gallon, with 10 to 25 pounds of aggregate per 100 square feet backrolled into the coating. There is also an extra heavy-duty option. It is the same as the aggregate to refusal method, except that in the mid-coat, Sonogard is applied at 50 square feet per gallon instead of 80 square feet. After the top coat has been applied, wait at least 48 hours before allowing foot traffic onto the deck and 72 hours before allowing vehicles. More curing time may be needed depending on weather conditions. After curing, your deck is now complete and ready for use. We wish the best for you and your parking structure. Sonneborn is committed to making your structure the most durable that its design and construction allows. Thank you.